Alright guys, we are here with Cosmic number 1. We do have a second case of Cosmic up. We have Warner Brothers up. Man, I'd love to get the Warner Brothers stuff filled. I was going to say, for the second Cosmic, I think we got like 6 or 7 teams left. I would assume we're not going to magically get somebody to grab the D-backs, Giants, Angels, and all the other teams before I'm done breaking this, so I'll probably break that tomorrow. I'm going to drop it down to half cases. Not that I think I'm like keeping people out of breaks by running full cases, but I do think there's like there's people that want to dive into Cosmic as well that maybe cannot afford a full case. So running 2 full cases, I think there's some guys that did get that. The half cases will have the ×2 option. So you're not going to have to worry about if you want to get in a full case, you'll still be able to get into a full case. The pricing will be, the same. I'm just going to end up chopping it in half and adjusting the shipping on the teams, just adding a couple bucks in there just because they're on the holiday shipping, so the shipping price is a little bit higher. And if you get the teams in both halves, we can always talk about knocking off like $5 or something for the shipping, since obviously you need to pay shipping in both halves for the Cosmic, because I know it's already a more expensive product. Just giving everybody a second to get in here, because I know that there's people that obviously want to watch the break. This is one of those ones where a lot of people want to watch live. We are on the weekend, so. That would have been the wrong break. Put it under, man. Did that the other night with 18 and 19. There we go. There's a link to YouTube. Let's get the link to Facebook. And we'll get rolling. Hope everybody's having a good night. Yeah, okay, that was a little bit tough for the teams you had. I will say, if you would have ended up having the teams for the whole break, like the Red Sox crushed it in the first half of that case. They didn't have a bad second half, but they crushed it in the first half. I will let you guys know, Cosmic roughly averages about 4 autographs per case. They are a lot more rare than other products. We're going to have Charm City, Ben Baller, the card, Cal Ripken. Obviously, 12 boxes right there, all from the same case. But there is no guaranteed autographs in Cosmic. There is no guaranteed planetary pursuits. Really, nothing's guaranteed other than some color. So, and the 2 inserts that I mentioned that are 1 per box. So, let's get rolling into here. This is the thing that I don't like about Cosmic, and it goes back to that 4-card pack BS, like, I promise you there's nobody coming in stores and buying a pack of Cosmic. Well, I guess it's the first year that they've actually had it in hobby shops, because, look, 2022 is online exclusive. Last year was pretty much a break program exclusive. I do have another case of Bowman Sterling. I'll probably just mix it, honestly, with some Bowman Chrome. I think is probably the best way to go about it, maybe. Random teams on that or something. I'm not sure. 100% how to go about that. I'll probably just post the case, another half case tomorrow, and see, like, I'll probably post an interest to see if people have any interest in it. Because, honestly, the Bowman Sterling, the product I think it's a really nice product this year, to be honest. Like I said, just a bad release time with Cosmic coming out the same time frame. Team list on the right, over a camera in the bottom left-hand corner. For those that got in, thank you. I appreciate it. So this is like my biggest love-hate relationship product. I love it. I think it looks excellent. There's things I don't like about it. Leaf Metal's going to have a terrible time, too. I think I have 5 jumbo cases and 3 hobby cases coming. I'll probably pay that bill next week at some point in time. They always push that shit back, so I'm not paying until I get 100% confirmed release date. We have Austin Wells to start us off. Frelick. We have Into the Cosmos, Dansby Swanson. Nick Castellanos, Rooker, Spencer Steer. Launch into Orbit, Mookie. We're going to have Rizzo, Machado, Star Command, Pablo Lopez. Have our first numbered card, and it's going to be Christian Scott, 8 out of 99. And that's going to go to the Mets. Starting us off there on the blue. We have Verlander, Acuna Jr., and Judge. I'll just say that blue is out of 99, by the way. We got Jimenez on the refractor. Got him in the O's. The O's uni. We have McCutchen, Walker. He got DFA'd as an Oriole. We have Lopez. Galactic Greatness on the Posey, Walston. Moreno, Alonso. Galactic Greatness, George Brett, Lipsius. Tenna, Freeman. We're going to have Sonny Gray, Scott, Marte. Into the Cosmos, Ohtani. We're going to have Jazz Chisholm Jr. And it's going to be, I think, his first card as a Yankee. 130 out of 199. And that's going to be the Aqua Shimmer. We're going to have Vasquez, Mauricio, Rojas. We have Albert Pujols launching to orbit. Happ, Kowser, Davis, Star Command, Justin Steele, Palencia, Henderson, Scherzer, Furman, and Vines. These launch into orbits are pretty common. They're die cuts, so I'm just sleeving them, but they will just be sleeved. They won't be top loaded. We have Jason Dominguez, Senga. We have Ellie on the these are the things that are like one per case. Got Paul Skeens, Harrison. I think it's like Stars in the Night or something like that. Carter, the E.T. Jordan Lawler, Churio, Jung, Guerrero Jr., Williams, Abreu, Carpenter, Ramirez, Into the Cosmos, J-Ram, Lofton, Olsen, Kirby, Astrologically Aligned, and then we're going to have Goldschmidt, have Kirk, Mike Trout, E.T., J-Rod, we have Boyle, Bryant, Gray, Astrologically Aligned, Rutschman, Alvarez, Snell, Galactic Greatness. We're going to get a gold Shane Bieber, 1 out of 50, going to go to the Guardians. Stars in the Night. I knew it was something in the night. You know, it is what it is, I'm going to say. I'd rather have baseball knowledge than what every parallel is. I bet you I can out baseball knowledge and out sports knowledge any of these other breakers. I might not be able to tell you that this is the gold super duper special quadruple laser line square box parallel or whatever it is. I can read though, it's out of 50. I can tell you how Shane Bieber's a fucking monster until he has arm injuries. We have the Guardians, Clay Gatewood. We have Ragans, Woo, Rodriguez, Soderstrom, and Muncy. This is the Nucleus Refractor though, I know that much. Because these are the ones that are one per... I think these are one per hobby box, and then I think they made these one per hobby box now too, compared to these used to be more than when they were Starry Nights, where you could get more than one per hobby box. I think these are guaranteed one. I don't think the Starry Nights were guaranteed. They were like about 1 to 2 per hobby box though. So I'll top load the 1 per hobby box stuff just because normally that stuff stays pretty decent price-wise compared to other inserts. What's more important, Mike? Knowing the name of the insert or knowing the odds of the insert? If we're being 100% straight up, what's more important? To you guys, what's more important? How rare the card is or what it's called? I'll just say, if you had trouble listening on eBay, which eventually we're going to work on doing consignment, if you had trouble listening on eBay, I would look at the checklist and give you the exact name on how to list it on eBay. So, I mean, it's like knowing what kind of funky space term they added to the blue, the gold, and the aqua just doesn't make any sense to me. Because I know that's not an aqua shimmer. It's really like an aqua laser line shimmer dimmer or something like that. Because they start acting like adding like orbital and galactic and spaceadelic to the parallel numbers last year, and I was like, I can't remember these. I was like, I end up just getting the words confused. And into box number 2, we have Acuna Jr., Judge. We have Galactic Greatness on the Ichiro, Bailey. Walker, Lopez, Mike Trout on the Refractor, Raleigh. Senga, Devers. We have Gavin Williams, the other good right-handed pitcher. Literally, him and Shane Bieber, man. You watch them to pitch side by side, they look like the same guy. I have 52 out of 99. So we're working on building up the eBay channel right now, and then because I just want to make sure that I have enough, like I have the right amount of views on the channel. Like I don't care about the commission rate or whatever. Like me making a bunch of money on consignment isn't like a goal of mine, if that makes sense. It's more to make sure that you guys are getting back, like what you guys are putting, you're getting back out of the hobby of like what you want. Bogarts, Carter, Dominguez. We're gonna have Bo Bichette. So it's more making sure that you guys get Canario, Williams, Harrison, Star Command on the Kershaw, Robert Gasser, Jung, Guerrero Jr., Colton Cowser on the autograph, the Milkman. I was going to say, nice hit here for Mike. So just to make sure that the views are right. We're going to have Rooker, Carpenter, Ramirez, E.T. on the Soderstrom. Horner, Olsen, Kirby, astrologically aligned. Young. See, I don't like that they did this because this was a big part of Spectra. Like this is the shit that gets them sued by Panini, right? When Panini did Spectra Baseball, they had astrologically aligned cards, and I had an out of 5 Judge autograph that actually sold this year for like $300 or $400. So I wouldn't be surprised that doesn't get added to the Panini to Topps lawsuit either. We have Quinn Priester, Swanson, Galactic Greatness, Crawford, Caminero. Win, we're going to have Tucker in a Nucleus, Refractor, and Story. Tucker going to the Stros. Rutschman, Wheeler. We're going to have Shiano. Also, Mike, that Brady will be out. I'm sending Brady out on Monday. He looked good. I'm not going to promise a 10, but he should get at least a 9. My taxes got so jacked up, dude. I'll talk to you about it offline about the taxes, but let's just say if the bookkeeper I had hired was accurate through QuickBooks, I wouldn't have to work at the government. Like, that's how much the salary was off. We have Jimenez, Rafaela, Adams, Griffey Jr., Langford, Abbott. Lawler. Took me about almost 80 hours to fix it. Like, they put like double or triple, like they double or tripled like all the income. It was terrible. We have Luciano, Rodriguez, Tovar, Soto. We have Seager, Daniel, Gibson, Hoskins, and Fernando Tatis Jr. I also would have had like $100,000. Also would have had like $100,000. Hey, how you doing, Sean? I would have also had like $100,000 tax bill. We have Seager, Alvarez, Volpe, Jackson Churio, Evaldi, Buxton, Nola. We're going to have Colton Cowser launch into orbit. We're going to have Castillo, Steele, Star Command on the Nolan Ryan, Kershaw for the Dodgers, 16 out of 199 on the Aqua Shimmer. That's going to Brian Lovelace. Have Arenado, Mead, Betts, Lawler on the Refractor, Lawler on the base, Green, De La Cruz, Corbin Carroll on the ET, and Imanaga for the Cubbies. Also, I hope anybody that's down in Florida, North Carolina, or whatever, that they're okay. Luckily, the hurricane dropped down to a 3 instead of staying at a 5 or whatever. So. There has not. Well, we're only going to the third box. There hasn't been any Rangers hits this break yet. We're going to have Rafaela Adams. We have E.T. Bichette, Lindor, Lawler, Luciano, the AA, Vladdy Jr., Bailey, Abbott, Galactic Greatness, George Brett, Joe Musgrove, 21 out of 50. On the gold, going to go to the Padres. And Brent. We have Raleigh, Tovar, Soto, Gray on the nucleus. Refractor. Go to the Cardinals. Bogarts and Gibson. Have Rhys Hoskins, Ohtani, Canario, Jaloff, Justin Steele. We got Nick Gonzo, 37 out of 150 for the Buccos. Going to go to Chris. On the purple lava. Dude, the purple really pops in this. So it looks like, I guess they added one color, right? Because I don't think they had purple last year, did they? We have Rooker, CES, Westberg, Castillo, Horner, Turner, Williams, J-Rod on the ET, Young, Hendricks, Riley, Mike Trout, Crawford, Rutschman, Wheeler, Green, and Lopez. We have Aaron Nola, Alvarez, Kirby, Rutledge, Buxton. We're going to have Jackson Holiday on the Cosmos. Buxton on the 119 out of 199 Aqua Shimmer. Go to the Twins and Austin. We're going to have Paris, Betts, Steele. We're going to have PCA. Brother, I don't care where you break at. I said that earlier. We have Jackson Merrill, De La Cruz, Meade. We have Paul Skeens on the Star Command. We have Tyler Black, Guerrero Jr., Williams, Jung, and Bellinger. We're going to have Ramirez, Jung. We have Yamamoto on the Star Command, Hayes, Kirby, Carpenter. We have Basebe on the white. I can't remember what these are numbered out of, or what these are like technically out of, but I know they're a hit. The Rays. Well, that's nice. Did you at least get what the? Did you at least get the 101 refractor bonus, or does he? He doesn't do it for. He doesn't carry it over to Cosmic, does he? We have Altuve, Swanson, Olsen. We have the ET, Yamamoto, Pages, Wynn, Priester. We have Gunnar Henderson on the launch into orbit, Keith, Bichette, Strider, Pujols, and Gasser. I think he only does it for Bowman, right? He stopped doing it for Chrome? Or does he not count Cosmic Chrome as the Chrome product? I can't remember how Nick does it. Okay, yeah. So I thought, oh, it's credit, it's not cash? that's crazy. I thought it was cash. Yeah, I stopped doing it because I thought everybody did it in cash, and I had we were doing the 101 bounty for a while, and it got hit in like, I don't know. Austin was in the group. I don't know if Austin's in here. Got hit like 5 out of like 6 breaks, maybe. Not maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but I ended up like in those breaks I lost like $1,000. I was like, okay, we can't do this anymore. Because I was doing it on every product as long as it was a true 101. Not like you couldn't get in Leaf and get the 101 bounty, but if you were like in other products. There has been a Skeen insert. There has not been any Skeen like numbered or autographed, but this is only, we're just starting box number 4, Chris. We have De La Cruz, Betts, Aaron, India, Soto, Abbott, Story on the Nucleus Refractor for the Red Sox. There was a Skeens insert. It was right there, the Star Command insert. That's the best Skeens, I guess, so far. We have Alcantara, Wheeler, Green, Scherzer, Chisholm Jr., Rutschman, Rays on Into the Cosmos, Yamamoto for the Dodgers, 7 out of 150 on the Purple Lava. I also wasn't breaking consistently enough. Like, I mean, we're more consistent now, but even now, we're not like as consistent as like a Real Breaks or Best Breaks or Filth Bomb or anybody where they're breaking like I think Best Card Breaks probably broke like 60 or 70 cases of Bowman Chrome. We have Abrams, Rafaela, Adams, Acuna Jr., Yelich, Lawler, Luciano, Barrios, Darvish, Haskins, Tovar. We have Henry Davis on the ET. Realmuto, Strider, Gibson. We have Alex Rodriguez, Beck, Jolloff, Bichette, Sosa, Holiday, CES, Westberg, Luzardo on the Nucleus Refractor, and Myers. PCA. Corbin Carroll, Ohtani on the astrologically aligned. Stringer, White, Gonzalez, Pujols, Bregman, Correa. We're going to have Phillips. We have Vasquez on the white, so maybe they're not as rare as I thought. They're Fanatics' baby, man. Like, when I was talking to a dude on Fanatics Live, you should have seen when I mentioned their name, like, the guy, like, was on the phone, like, kind of like, you better not say anything bad about them. He didn't say it like that, but you could tell his tone changed when I mentioned him. I said, like, part of the problem with the hobby, like, when we were talking about Fanatics Live, is I was like, part of the problem with the hobby is a lot of the big guys don't understand there's an ecosystem to cards. Like, people don't want to, like, not that people don't want to break with Filth Bomb, but it's hard to have a relationship with somebody when you're truly just a number to them. Like, and I mean, at the volume that they're at, there's no way for, like, unless the guy's just customer management only, like, not breaking. Like, I'm not going to throw any of their names out because I know most of their names just from, because obviously they've been around for a while. We have Harper, Moncada, McClanahan, Robert Jr., Soler, Kershaw, Tatis Jr. We have Alvarez, Fried, Turner, Williams, Betts, but there's no way when they're doing that much volume for them to, like, not care about you is not the right wording, but for lack of a better terminology, like, they care about you, but they can't care about you. Like, if somebody goes missing in my groups, I notice it, like, and I'll reach out to people just in general to make sure, like, their lives are okay, because, like, when someone's around you for a long time, like, if Austin just fell off the face of the fucking earth, I would worry about where the fuck Austin was unrelated to cards. Like, I don't know if somebody that's doing their volume would give a shit if that happened. I had 5 cases total. We had Wicks, Hendricks, Riley on the missing autographs. We have Rutschman. And there's some people that don't like that aspect. Like, I try not to work at big companies on my government jobs because, like, the big companies really don't give a shit about you compared to smaller companies. Because, like, you're just a number to them. You're just a button a seat to get them more money. We have a Rosarena. Everybody in a big company is a net positive employee for the company. We have Wheeler. We're going to have George Kirby on the 73 out of 75 on the green speckle. And with big companies, too, at least in the IT world, they assume that they can just easily replace you. Like, you're easily replaceable. They can find somebody else that can do your job, at least at a decent efficiency. We have Kirby on the green speckle, 73 out of 75. Which is also one of the reasons why... which is also one of the reasons why I won't ever get out of the chair of braking. Like, when I stop braking, like, it's not that we won't brake anymore. It would be different. Like, I would never stop braking no matter how big the company. We have Meadows, Cole, Pereira, Castillo, Thomas, Arrays, Jones, Wyatt, Langford, and Perez. And I think that's one of the problems that guys, when they expand, they get out of the chair. Like, they're no longer the captain of their own ship anymore. They have somebody piloting it or have somebody else doing it. And I think that actually hurts your brand. And then you'll see guys try to come back and use their own self. It'd be like, okay, like, obviously I hired Rodney, right, to brake on loop or brake during the day. It'd be like if I had Rodney brake all the brakes, and then whenever we're not filling, I'm like, all right, I'll come back and brake for you guys. No, they already sent me the cases. It's just a matter of them getting here. Plus, they didn't do the ground pickup tags properly, so I don't know. Like, they finally picked up all the other cases, too. But yeah, it was 5 cases total. They're opening an investigation, but, I mean, they can tell. So there's numbers on the outside of the cases that you can tell whether the cases are bad or not. I actually am going to post, once we finish breaking the last case of Bowman Sterling, that I'll post tomorrow, second half case. We'll get back to Bowman Chrome, and if you've gotten the half and half and got times 2 and paid already, I'll send you a message and see if you want to be in the first half of a Bowman Chrome case. Actually, I might just refund the people that paid all the way half of what they paid, and then we'll figure it out, because I don't know if we're going to be able to fill Bowman Chrome very quickly with update coming out next week without it being in mixers. Yeah, 5 cases missing is absolutely ridiculous. So, Caleb, I don't have an issue with them posting your job if you leave right away or pass away. My issue is, like, for example, my dog was... I'll use an example of my company, and I don't think... And even if somebody does come back and watch this, I don't give a fuck, because I told them straight up whenever they fucking gave me paperwork for being gone for 3 hours that maybe they should have some empathy. I think empathy is the right word. I always get sympathy and empathy mixed up. But pretty much my dog ended up having terminal cancer. I was trying to figure out what was wrong with him. He lost a bunch of weight. He was having trouble breathing. All this other shit. Anyways, the vet I thought that we were just going to go there and they were going to tell me, like, oh, he has an infection or something, a stomach infection, and, like, he needs to get on some pills. I didn't think we were going to run blood tests and do all this other shit. So I had told my government lead that, like, hey, I'm going to be gone. I have a doctor's appointment. I fucked up, and I openly know I fucked up. I didn't put it. There's like an accountability place you got to put, like, where the fuck you're at, and I just didn't save it properly. So obviously it is on my fault. But they literally wrote me up for missing work for 4 hours for an appointment people knew I was at, because they couldn't get a hold of me because I was busy trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with my dying dog. And when I said what was wrong, they still gave me paperwork rather than like, be like, all right, our bad, like, just don't have it happen again. Like, they gave me, like, official paperwork for leaving work for 4 hours or some shit like that. We have Scherzer, Furman. I don't even remember what the paperwork was, because I was so pissed off. Like, I was taking everything out of me not to just tell the person to go fuck themselves. So, we have Etienne, Ohtani, Walston, Trout, Henderson. We have Witt Jr., Skeens, Kirk, Ricky Henderson. And it was until, like, last week, you got 35 out of 150. I was actually working on a different part of the project than they actually hired me for. So it was like a huge-ass contract. I was working on a different part of the contract because they couldn't find a part-time in person to do it. And I was working like an extra 8 hours of man-hours a week, probably for the last, like, 6 or 7 months. Dolis Garcia, 36 out of 150. And they didn't pay me anything extra because all they did was, like, like, your job just only worked 32 hours at your current thing, but, like, I could have just worked 40 hours and sat on my ass and not done anything because my job now, it's, like, picked up, but before, they were, like, hurry up and waiting for, like, some approvals for things. So I wasn't really working, like, 40 hours of, like, hard work of, like, policy writing or anything. Really, I was working maybe, like, 15 to 20 hours. No, I'm a government contractor. We have Churio, Bryant, Gray. We have Otani on the refractor, Abreu, Snell. We have J-Ram. We're going to get the Venus, Otani, Planetary Pursuit going to the Dodgers. And that's going to go to Brian Lovelace. I mean, I am a nice hit here on the Planetary Pursuit, Otani. I'm waiting for some jobs to open up in Amazon Web Services type, like, cloud stuff for the Navy that my buddy works at to try to get me in. Is like the problem is I'd have to be like I'd have to be a GS, like a very at the top of the. I'd have to be the top of the GS14 scale or like in the middle of the GS15 scale. And if I'm not, like, I would have to take like a massive pay cut. We have Lofton, Wu, Rodriguez. We're going to have the Supernova, Fernando Tatis Jr. Guess what's his name should have kept the Padres. Going to Brent. Just wasn't enough Jackson Merrill on the checklist. But yeah, I work in cybersecurity. So, like, that's why, like, Goldschmidt, Wells, Fralick, Glavin, India, Rooker, Steer, Strider on the white. There's a lot of, like, I think a couple guys are like, oh, like, I thought you're doing it, like, full-time or don't understand why I won't leave my job. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like, I have over 12 years of experience and 2 master's degrees. We have Chisholm Jr., Judge, Machado. We're going to have Judge on the ET, Abrams, Lopez, Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, Yelich, Cowser, Davis, Tenna, which if you're in government contracting at all or work for the government, you understand where, like, that pay goes. So it's one of those things where, like, unless the group got, like, really big, like, I could probably never at least not have a remote government job. We have Tenna, which I've been trying to work on just to be able to focus on this a little bit more from, like, a store aspect. We have McCutcheon, Matos, Soderstrom, Pedro Martinez on the Star Command, Palencia, Smith-Sauver, Butler. We have Fralick on the refractor. The Supernova, I believe, is like one out of like 3.5 cases. Fralick on. Oh well, I mean, this is gonna get top loaded anyways, but that's what happens when I start to talk. So just have it. We have Vines, Yoshida, ET on the Junior Caminero, Yelich on the Aqua Shimmer, because refractors actually do really well in this. This is going to the Brewers here, 6 out of 199. Going to the Brew Crew on the Yelich. We have Boyle, Verdugo, Robert Jr., Soto, Alvarez, Barrios, Shiano, Galactic Greatness, Willie Mays, Raggins, Moreno, and Alonso. I have Arenado on the Nucleus Refractor, Muncy, Tenna, Freeman, Rutschman, Castellanos, Rojas, Marte, astrologically aligned Mike Trout, Rizzo, Mauricio, George Kirby. We have Galactic Greatness, A-Rod, 54 out of 75 on the green speckle. Go to the Rangers. And John Clark. Arenado, and Verlander. It's going to be box number 6. Oh, nice. I didn't know you worked in cybersecurity, Ruben. Or at least, or maybe a program manager, project manager. If you're not like an on the keyboard type of guy. And Caleb, back to that Merrill thing. I didn't understand his argument about Merrill though. Merrill's in the product as much as any other rookie is, other than he doesn't have a planetary pursuit. Like he has an autograph, he has the inserts, he has a base. I think it just was one of those situations where maybe he found the Padres cheaper somewhere else. I'm not really sure. It doesn't fucking matter one way or another. We have Volpe, Caminero. We have Langford. Stars in the Night. Have Jimenez, Nola, Alvarez, Garrett Cole, Langford, Steele. Buxton. We're going to have Owen White. On the orange, Ray Wave, 7 out of 25. That's going to go to the Rangers. I can send it off with the Brady. Do you want me to send it the same speed, or you want me to send it like bulk? We have Rodriguez, because I wouldn't send it off at the same speed as the Brady. We have Mead, Betts, especially if you're not going to sell it. Like, if you're going to, I mean, even if you do sell, I wouldn't sell his shit right now, right? Anyways, like, I just told a dude that came in the shop 2 days ago that, hey, I'm not selling. I was like, this is the price I'm selling these Adley PSA 10s at because he fucking sucks right now. I'm not selling his shit at the bottom of the market. You can pay this price or you can wait till the season starts and his shit goes back up. We have Jason Dominguez, Daniel Green, De La Cruz, Freddie Freeman, Seager, Jung, Guerrero Jr., Jackson Holiday, Evaldi, Carpenter, Ramirez. We have Junior Caminero launching to orbit, Castillo, Kirby, Reggie Jackson. He didn't like my answer, but 170 out of 199. The guy comes in all the time looking to buy Orioles stuff, and he only ever tries to buy it whenever the market's cold on a player. Like, he'll wait around, have them pull a bunch of shit out of the case, and then never end up buying unless the guy's struggling. We have Arenado, Swanson, Olsen, Daniel, Lawler, Wynn, Priester, Freeman, and Managa. We're going to have Williams, Harrison, Moreno on the Nucleus Refractor. Yeah, just hit me up after, Mike, I was going to say. Moreno, the Nucleus Refractor. Man, this fucking guy fucked me in fantasy so hard. Story, Bryant, Gray, Rivera, Bailey, Rodriguez, Snell, J-Rod, Raleigh, Wu, Vladdy Jr. on the ET. We got Turner on the blue, 86 out of 99. The hype is that he's 20 years old, buddy. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's Matt Holliday's son, so he obviously has the name. He's 20 years old, and they honestly... So the biggest issue with the Baltimore's organization, we have Bogarts, Wells, Frelick. We have Ellie on the launch into orbit, Canario, Rooker, Steer, Wade Boggs, Gasser, Acuna Jr., Judge. Let me go through this, and when I'm opening the other box, I'll talk about it. We have Machado, Rooker, Walker, Lopez, Correa, Horner, Dominguez, Senga, Soto, Young, Carter, Blake Snell. We got another orange. Going to have Crawford, and we have Rafael Devers on the orange Ray Wave, 21 out of 25 on the Into the Cosmos. You talking about Michael Jordan's son? So the thing with Jackson Holiday, why there's so much hype is in the minors he crushed the ball. So the difference between I'm gonna reference Jordan and Bronny to knock those like analogies out of the way real quick. Jordan nor I was gonna say the difference between Jordan's kids and Bronny's kids is like neither of them were dominant. Well, so I was gonna say that's like he didn't dominate neither Jordan's kids nor Bronny James ever dominated even at their level. Like even in AAU basketball, Bronny wasn't the best guy on his team. He was like maybe the top. I mean, he played on like a loaded team with a bunch of other guys that were NBA draft picks, right? But he was never the best player. Like LeBron James Jr. or Bronny is in the NBA because of his father. Now, I think Bronny, if he would have stayed in college for 4 years, especially after the heart condition he had, he would have probably been drafted in the second round anyways, because I do think he has NBA-level talent, but he's not. He's like a bench player that's going to play that 8 to 12 minutes, a D&3 type of guy. He's never going to be a superstar on the roster, right? So when you look at Jackson Holliday, the difference is he absolutely murdered pitching all the way through the minors. He struggled a little bit in AAA when he got sent back down, but I think that was more of a confidence issue. The big problem with the Baltimore Orioles organization is Brandon Hyde does the same thing that Mike Tomlin does in football, where they don't allow guys that are young to play every at-bat to kind of work out their kinks. There was no reason that Jackson Holliday shouldn't have stayed up through his slump and been in the lineup everywhere. Also, it's very rare when you call a kid up that they end up batting 8th or 9th in the lineup, which is where he was at. Most of the time, they try to put him around some protection so that they're not almost pitching around him. If you watch a lot of his early at-bats, and I mean, I do have like card stake in Holliday, so my opinion, you could maybe argue it's a little bit biased. I don't think it is, just watching him, because when he does hit the ball, when he does make contact, he does absolutely murder. He has a beautiful swing. Like, he's actually pretty decent defensively. But whenever he came up, he struggled, obviously, but he was facing a lot of tough pitching. Like, normally the guy that like bats 8th or 9th in a lineup is not facing a pitcher's best stuff. And if you go back and look, when Holliday first came up was when Gunnar Henderson and Colton Cowser became on fire, because Cowser and Holliday were Cowser was, I think, batting like 6th or 7th, so like right in front of Holliday, and Henderson was batting leadoff. So what would happen is the pitcher's wasting all their best shit to try to get Jackson Holliday out, because they don't want to give up this kid's that's supposed to be a protege's first fucking home run. They don't want to give up a double. They don't want to give up a triple and be on SportsCenter getting fucking absolutely obliterated by a 20-year-old. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be the guy that gives up his first home run. Like, period. Everybody that's in the majors has an ego. There's nobody that plays Major League Baseball or any sports at a professional level that doesn't have some sort of ego, because you're not going to get where they got to without an ego, right? So he was facing. I bought him in a big lot, bitch. But I know you're just fucking with me, Mike, but I mean, I could sell all Holiday stuff and I'd still be way ahead. Because I bought in a huge lot where, like, he wasn't, like, he just was drafted, and it was, like, in between the draft. Like, it was in between the draft and before the season started. So, like, all his shit was already down from, like, the Bowman draft type. Anyway, what was I gonna say? And I bought him in a $50,000 card lot, so it's not like his stuff wasn't at even the top of the thing. I mean, you've seen some of the stuff I put out of the case, and that was after we sold half the higher end stuff from that purchase. So it's just one of those things where when it comes to baseball, like, there's a chance he's still gonna be great, and he's so young. And if you look at guys like Mike Trout struggled when he was the first year. Now, Mike Trout, his second year, when he had his, like, actual rookie season, he was phenomenal. But if you look when he came up, he wasn't great. Harper wasn't super good when he first came up. There's a lot of guys that come up at 20, 19 years old that don't have that great year, and then they come back and they'll bat 300 and absolutely just blow away everybody in baseball. I think Corbin Carroll actually did the same thing. He had kind of a bad year, and then he won Rookie of the Year the following year. Now, Jackson Holiday's going to have too many at-bats to win Rookie of the Year, so he's not going to be able to do that. But we have Gray, Kirk, we have PC in astronomical alignment, Paris, Snell, Bryant, Sandy Koufax, Merrill, Frelick, Wu, Rodriguez, Black, Steer, Wells, Rutschman, Lopez, Machado, and Rooker. Now, as for sports card hype, it's mostly because he's the first overall pick in an expensive product like Bowman Draft, and his cards were doing really well because he's crushing through the minors. I was going to say, that's what the card hype's about, just because people have a lot of money invested in him, so they obviously want him to do good, and that's where you get the haters back and forth. We have J-Rod, Lindor, Mauricio, Rojas, Elly De La Cruz, Altuve, Cowser, Davis. We have Rafaela. That was the big thing, is they were giving a lot of effort into Holiday, and it actually, the Orioles went on a nasty streak at that point in time because guys like Cowser and Henderson got super hot because a pitcher only has so much good stuff in a game. You can't throw your best stuff every batter or your arm will fucking fall off. Unless you're Paul motherfucking Skeens, then you can do whatever you want. But Tyreek Skubal has like where he can pitch like every batter. He's like throwing his best shit because he has like 5 good pitches. He has good arm motion. He has different changing of speed. But most guys can't go after hitters every single time. They got to wait for their best shit for the best hitters and to go mano-y-mano. Where like they were giving Holiday their best stuff that game every single game he came out, which for any young hitter, they're going to struggle. We have Pages and Furman, A-Rod. We have Adley Rutschman on the 63 out of 150 on the Purple Lava. Going to the Orioles, we have Colt Keith, Henderson, Scherzer, Arenado, Musgrove, Trout, Corbin Carroll. We got another planetary pursuit on the Mars. Going to go to Jackson Chourio for the Brewers. Go to Jason Glickman. And trust me, I'll cheer for the Orioles just because the Pirates stink, and I don't really mind the Orioles. But if I could actually, like, rightfully give any Ravens fan, which are obviously crossover Orioles fans, any amount of shit for their sports teams as a Pittsburgh Steelers and Penguins fan, I obviously would. And I can't even do that about Jackson Holiday because I really just think that Hyde is a shitty manager and that he really faced a lot of tough pitching. There was a couple times where he struck out looking where the ball was like 6 inches off the plate and the umpire struck him out. Like, there, and then what happens is you're like, well, if that's a strike in the majors, now I got to swing at a bad pitch, and then he strikes out swinging. He looks stupid because he's like, well, last time I was at the plate, this 6 inches outside on a running away sinker was a strike. Now I'm going to swing at this shit and look like a stupid fuck. We're going to have Rutledge, McLean, Lazardo, Maddox, Perez, Witt. We got Tucker, Henderson, Nimmo, Soderstrom. We have Lee. On the ET, we have Jonathan India. We have 16 out of 199 on the Aqua Shimmer. We have Evan Carter, Meade, Matos, Elly De La Cruz, Leiter, Smith-Sauer, Butler, Larkin, and Matsui. And as much as I like hype up Skeens and stuff, we have Verdugo, Romero Jr., Yoshida, Funderburk, Barrios, Shiano, Caminero. I was completely wrong about Skeens. I thought that Skeens was not going to be good in the pros. I thought he was going to try to be a power pitcher and get shelled. I was going to say, I really was kind of pissed off they picked Skeens. I wanted them to pick Walker Jenkins. I wanted them to pick Walker Jenkins, or I guess if you thought you were going to be competitive, Dylan Cruz, because I thought they were both more Major League ready. Well, I thought Walker Jenkins would be more Major League ready for the Pirates when they would be good, based on where their prospects are at. I just didn't think Skeens was as good as Skeens is. We have Eden, Moreno, Alonso. We have Olsen, Bieber, Freeman, John Schmaltz on the Star Command. We're going to have a Corbin Carroll 45 out of 75 on the Green Speckle. So a prime example of like how hype can go up and down is Corbin Carroll, right? Like really struggled the first half of this year, so a lot of his cards went down. And then he crushed it in the beginning of the year. But a lot of people in the hobby are like so FOMO and have like what they like to call in the financial world scissor hands. Well, or at least I should say those. What are they like? Those FOMO bros or whatever they call them. Bellinger, Marte, Tenna, McLean, and Hayes. I just like Walker Jenkins because anytime you're a high schooler and you're built like a fucking brick shit house and you can play pretty good, you're probably going to have a good time playing professional baseball. Like, the kid's built like a tank. Yeah, paper hands, my bad. Scissor hands, paper hands, same shit. Either way, like, there's just a lot of people that just literally panic sell. The hobby is a little bit wild on the side of, like, FOMO, which is one of the reasons why I try to, like, gear even the break group more towards collectors, because I think that's where, like, the hobby should be at anyway. I mean, we definitely got to figure out, hopefully Fanatics Live just helps with the football and basketball problem we have, but long term, we definitely have to figure out or bring in, but I say bring in, and when I say bring in, I mean, like, you guys, if you have buddies that collect football and basketball, bring them into the group to help break some more of that stuff. But in general, like, that's, that type of collector is more FOMO trying to get a huge hit. Oh yeah, Walker Jenkins built like a football player. Mike, the problem is the pitching, man. I think the Orioles will never get there because they don't want to spend on the pitching. The Astros developed their fielding, which is what the Orioles have done, and then they went and got pitchers like Verlander. They also had really good luck with developing guys like Musgrove. They got really lucky in getting a trade for the first World Series, Garrett Cole, and I think that, yeah, I mean, if they can re-sign Corbin Burns, that'd be wonderful. I just don't know if they're going to throw enough money out to re-sign Corbin Burns. And my problem is, too, is like the Orioles knew they needed pitching. Why not reach out to Trevor Bauers? It's Baltimore, man. Ain't nobody in fucking Baltimore give a shit about somebody getting falsely accused of sexual assault. Have you met the people in Baltimore? We have a Rays, Jones, Miguel Cabrera, Perez, PCA, Carroll. We have Snell, Nimmo, Gonzalez, Aaron Judge. We have C.J. Abrams. We have Carter, Phillips, White. We have Ronald Acuna Jr., Leiter, McClanahan, and Correa. We have Spencer Strider, Matsui. I mean, one of the biggest heroes of Baltimore is literally a guy that helped assist in murder. And no one holds it against him. Ray Rice is still loved in this city, even though he's on camera literally knocking his wife out like he's Mike Tyson in a fight. We have Tatis Jr., Moncada, Castillo on the Nucleus Refractor. And people didn't hate Ray Rice right afterwards in Baltimore. I remember there was people defending him, saying it was okay because his wife was hitting him. Now, I don't think hitting any woman, period, if you're a man, is okay, even if she's wailing on you, unless she has like a knife or a gun or something. Like, in general, you can just kind of like give her a big old bear hug and stop. That I was talking about Ray Lewis being a murderer. I was waiting for Mike to say something because normally they're like, "Oh, he's not a murderer. He never did anything wrong." And I was to say, we got Funderburk, Luzardo, Kershaw. We have Mookie Betts on the ET talent, Eden, Tucker, McLean. We have J-Rod, Bieber, Soderstrom, Witt Jr. We have Randy Johnson, Bellinger, Butler, Matos. We have Alonso and Hayes. Ray Lewis definitely did something wrong, but at the same time, like, so did Ben Roethlisberger. Probably did something wrong too, and I defend Ben Roethlisberger as well. We have Rojas, Tena. We're going to have Julio Rodriguez. Oh, if you need some memorabilia, Mike, let me know. I do have a straight link to Fanatics, and I don't care to make money on that stuff right now. We have Paris, Davis, Mauricio, Craig Biggio, Merrill, Furman. We have Cowser. That's for anybody. If anybody wants any memorabilia, let me know. If I can get you something that you're looking for a price that's below market value, I will. Because I don't know if that's ever something I'm going to fully dive into. And Christian Scott on the white. We're going to have Tyler Black. Obviously, it's only Fanatics signed guys. We're going to have Henderson, Scherzer, Wyatt Langford, Lopez, Kirk, Trout, Bobby Witt Jr., Lindor, Yoshida, Smith-Sauber, Machado, Altuve. We're going to have Verdugo, Robert Jr. We have Jason Dominguez, Pages, Shiano, Sonny Gray. We have O'Neal Cruz on the 108 out of 150. Without getting into too much about my personal life, O'Neal Cruz. We have Colt Keith, Alonso, Barrios, Rodriguez, Musgrove, Freeman, Moreno, E.T. on the Acuna Jr., Rutledge, and Jason Dominguez. I mean, I obviously grew up in Pittsburgh, so based on being in the South Side scene and clubs and stuff, I would say what he did does sound super sketchy. But, yeah, the Cabrera's a Marlin. What I will say is, what he did is probably wrong, for sure, just because of how it was done. But I will say, based on what that scene looks like and not being a famous person, that it's more than plausible what he did was not anywhere near as bad as it sounded. It's story-wise, if that makes sense. Because I have walked in to the bathroom with people just getting put up on a sink. Let's put it that way. And we'll just leave it at that. In relatively the same locations Big Ben was in, and he was the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yeah. And it's not really hard because they're all like, all the bars in Pittsburgh, now they've started to redesign a lot of them, but a lot of the clubs and bars in Pittsburgh are designed for were designed originally for the coal workers, like the coal miners. So it's not like it's a bathroom where like the guards are blocking out a 20-stall bathroom. It's like a hole-in-the-wall bar, but this bar is a bar that has 1,000 people in it, if that makes sense. But I also have more context than other people, so if you hear the story, it sounds fucking terrible. But if I told you the stories I know about Adley Rutschman, you would think he's the same type of dog. So, because he's pretty much taken down the whole bartending team at Jimmy's Famous Seafood. Well, the off-duty officer guarding his thing was his security for the night. Well, I don't know how to say it. I can't be like cussing and saying I don't want to get banned off I don't want to get a strike on YouTube or not be allowed to stream on Facebook. We have Rutschman, Wheeler, Jim Thome, Jarvis, Rafaela, Adams, Wu. We're going to have Little, Luciano, Mike Trout, Rafaela. Oh, no, it wasn't. There's actually a strip club down the street from where the shop is at. But, all right, random fun fact. Only 27 out of 150. The shop's kind of in the hood, though. I'm not going to even lie. Just going to say, we have Yamamoto, Abbott, Lawler. It'll be behind the biggest, probably like the biggest club that's not in Baltimore City. When we move, we have Lewis, Tovar, Soto. I'm going to try to run drunk person specials. Stark Command, Cruz, Gibson, Reese Hoskins. We're going to have Robert Jr. on the green speckle, 16 out of 75. One of the White Sox. Garcia, Bichette, Strider, Mike Trout, Semien, Westberg, Jaloff. We have Jung, Mullins, Williams, CES, Ripken Jr., Hodge, Riley, Turner, Freeman on the Nucleus Refractor, and Basebe. Shoot, I can't even think of what the Fantasies, I think, is the strip club that's down the street. Have Phillips, White. We have Evan Carter on the Stars in the Night. Have Lee, McClanahan, Correa, Lipsius, Kershaw, Tatis Jr., Moncada, Carew, Scott, McLean, Lazardo. We have J-Dom on the end of the Cosmos. Vasquez, Witt Jr., Tucker, Vladdy Jr., and Happ. Devers, Hendricks. We have Acuna Jr., Kierstad, Cole, Pereira. We have Judge, Suzuki, Jones. We have Aaron Nola. Matt Olson on the 33 out of 75. One of the Braves. Casas, Correa, Arrays, Seager, Albies, Gonzalez, PCA. I'm going to have Austin Riley on the ET Talent, Christopher Morel. I've never been into like that scene in general. It's just not really my cup of tea. Now, I have watched more than my fair share of football games in a strip club on Sunday when I was stationed in Mississippi, because we go to New Orleans almost every weekend. And when you go down there, the only place to watch. So that's what this is, Ruben. Is it's a lot of there's only, like I said, no guaranteed autographs per box. You're gonna get about roughly 4 per case. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, that when you get to New Orleans, there's like no sports bars. All the strip clubs turn into like a sports bar during the day. Want to watch the Steelers? That was the only way to watch it. So. Oh, we have 3 autographs. I said 2. I completely forgot about Owen White. You talking about Venice, Florida? Is Mayport over by Jacksonville? Yeah, I've been there. I mean, maybe not that strip club, but yes, I know where Mayport's at. When I played on the base basketball team in Keesler, we'd have to go out there for the playoffs because they had a facility that could host more than one game at a time at the naval base out there. We have Correa, Phillips, Yamamoto on the ET Talent, Hodge, Moncada, McClanahan. We have Gunnar Henderson, Manzardo, Tatis Jr., Mike Piazza. We have Salvador Perez, 66 out of 75 for the Royals. Got Canzone, Lazardo, Kershaw, and Managa on the refractor. Basebe, Tucker, McLean, Jackson, Holiday, and Kershaw. I wish it would just make the launch into orbit cards not die cuts. Like Soderstrom, Witt, Ronnie Mauricio on the into or Stars in the Night, not Into the Night, Stars in the Night. I have Suzuki, Butler, Matos, Paul Skeens on the Star Command, Casas, Yoshida, Smith-Sauber, Bichette on the white, Albies, Verdugo, Robert Jr., Bichette on the ET, Morel, Barrios, Shiano, Correa, and Lee. We have Bichette, Strider, Luzardo, Otani, Westberg, Jaloff, Kirk, Jones, CES. We're going to have PC on the ET Talent. We have Royce Lewis, 55 out of 150 on the Purple Lava. Let's go to the Twins. Yeah, Bryce Jarvis, Turner, Williams. Going to have Pete Alonso, Little, Hendricks, Riley, Tony Gwynn, Yamamoto, Pereira, and Devers. I have Evaldi on the Nucleus Refractor, Lewis, Jones, Cole, Arenado, Cruz, Carroll, Arrays, Caminero, Garcia, PCA, Yamamoto. I have Corey Seager, 23 out of 25, launch into orbit on the orange Ray Wave. Evaldi here. Nucleus Refractor. We got Semien, White, Gonzalez, Witt Jr., and Mullins. Get into box 11 here. Two boxes, Mike. This box and one more. Holy fuck, I think it's a hot box, guys. It's a hot box. We never open a hot box like this. Someone start clipping and recording. Every pack's had an out of 10 in it. Alright, let's hope for some good ones. Alright, guys. Let me get a little swig of soda here. I put on the record button. All right. Get rolling. We're going to have Paul Goldschmidt. Oh, look, they gave us extra color, too. You're a peasant in this box, Trey Turner. I'm just going to say. Trey Turner on the Aqua Shimmer for the Phillies. We're going to have Ronald Acuna Jr., Jack Leiter, 3 out of 10. On the orange. Oh, it actually looks red. It's not orange. Red. I thought they were orange at first, but they're red. Let me I'm gonna grab some top loaders here. Didn't have enough stacked up. Give me 1 second. There we go. So I don't need to stop right in the middle. We have Realmuto, Alcantara, Craig Biggio. We have Palencia on the 3 out of 10 for the Cubs. I have Jordan Walker, Jordan Beck, Julio Rodriguez, Anthony Volpe, 5 out of 10 for the Yankees. You have Jackson Holiday, purple Freddie Freeman, 51 out of 150. Purple Ray Wave. Yeah, Manny Machado. Nick Lofton, 4 out of 10 for the Royals. On the red. We have Senga, Myers, Juan Soto. We have Jose Furman, 10 out of 10. We have a Rosarena, Wicks, Randy Johnson. A Rosarena for the Mariners, 10 out of 10. Got Rooker, India. Mariano Rivera, 3 out of 10 Juan Soto. I bet you this one does well. Going to Casey. The Rosarena was going to Ryan. We got Abrams, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Wyatt Langford on the Cosmos. Into the Cosmos. CJ Abrams for the Nationals, 6 out of 10. We're going to have Judge, Machado, Lopez on the refractor, and Owen White, 6 out of 10 for the Rangers. We're going to have Yu Darvish, Yelich, J-Rod on the Stars in the Night. I have Ohtani, 5 out of 10. Part of the hot box for the Dodgers. That's going to go to Brian Lovelace on the Ohtani. Going to have Lopez, Acuna Jr. Goldschmidt on the Nucleus Refractor. Byron Buxton, 2 out of 10 for the Twins. Go to Austin. I have Chris Bryant, Max Muncy, Jackson Holiday on the ET. Rhys Hoskins, 2 out of 10 to the Brew Crew. This one's a little bit off-center. A lot of off-center. Man, Hoskins has been kind of grumpy. We have Castellanos. And they throw an orange in here just for the hell of it. Hey, guys, why not throw an out of 25 in here? 19 out of 25. Shota and Managa going to Billy. Nice hit for Billy. What a box. Like, not only is it just juice with a bunch of 10s, like, let's throw some extra color. We're going to have Blake Snell. I have Kyle Manzardo, 5 out of 10. One of his first rookie cards for the Guardians. That's going to go to Clay Gatewood. That's going to be probably a nice hit. have Rodriguez, Snell, J-Ram, Marco Luciano on the 4/10 for the Giants. That's going to go to Jared Archer. Have Verlander, Rizzo. We're going to have Colton Cowser on the launch into orbit. Jordan Beck, 4/10 for the Rockies. Go to Brandon. We have Frelick, Brian Wu, Colton Cowser, and Nucleus Refractor. We have Matt Olson for the Braves, 1/10. Cowser on the Nucleus Refractor. And then the launch into orbit. Oh, the sleeve's bad, I think. Oh my god, it's like stuck in here. What is going on? There we go. The sleeve must have had a hole or something in it. There we go. We have Walston. McCutchen. We're going to have the Venus, Elly De La Cruz. You know, even if you take out of the 10s, like the box outside of the 10s being a hot box is a good box. We're going to have Bogarts on the 8/10 for the Padres. We're going to have Austin Wells, Paul Skeens. Going to have Correa, Pete Alonso 2/10. For the Mets, we're going to have Abreu, Churio, Wade Boggs. We have Yordan Alvarez, 4/10 for the Astros. We're going to have Spencer Steer, Lofton, the Vladimir Guerrero ET, and Rojas. 3/10 going to the Phillies, the center fielder. That's going to be that box. And we'll go through the 10s real quick. We're going to have Rojas, Alvarez, Alonso, Bogarts, Olson, Beck, Luciano, Manzardo, Hoskins, Buxton, Ohtani, White, Abrams, Soto, Arozarena, Furman, Lofton, Volpe, Palencia, and Leiter. I'll go over them at the end as well. Obviously, too, what was also in the box number-wise was Imanaga out of 25 on the Orange Ray Wave. There was an Elly De La Cruz, Freddie Freeman on the Purple Lava, Elly De La Cruz on the Venus, and then that's going to be Trey Turner on the Aqua Shimmer. So that was all the hits in the box if you don't count the one per box Nucleus Refractor. So kind of a ridiculous box. Absolutely probably the craziest box I've ever opened in the last probably, I would say, a year. So that was pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. I'm happy because after everything we went through with the no autographs, sorry, I'm going to make sure I cut off the recording, but start talking about the no autographs. And everybody not being an asshole, that's what karma gets. I was going to say, because a lot of people could have dug into me hard and asked for refunds, and I mean, nobody thought it was my fault, but yeah. Because like I said, on Whatnot, I don't know if Big C saw that or not. There's like two dudes that literally just chastise the fuck out of me for missing an autograph, which I'm actually, now that they give me the cases back, I'm actually going to message everybody that was in that break and say, we're going to open a single box on camera, whatever the hits are, I'll send. I'm not going to send all the base just because of shipping costs, but whatever the 3 to 5 hits you're going to get in a hobby box, I'll send those off, or 6 hits or whatever. Anything that's numbered or colored. Oh, the no autographs, Chris, so they just sent me back all the cases. They just sent me new cases. And kind of said in our bad. Like, you ever seen the, you watch South Park at all? Where they're doing, like, those, parodies where it's like, we're sorry. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I can't remember what episode it actually is. Where they're doing, like, yeah, I can see the episode in my head, but I can't think of what they're actually talking about. But yeah, that's exactly what that's pretty much what I got back from Topps. Like, we're sorry. Our bad. Like, I didn't ask for anything extra because I'm just not in the position to, but in reality, I thought they should have refunded me for the boxes, or like half the boxes. Because in reality, if you think about it, like, if I don't have the group that I have and like such great people that are in the group, like, that could be like, you could have like ended my group, but you could have literally put on like, no one's gonna get in my breaks now without me like begging people, right? Like, it's just not a good look. They could have did more about it, and they didn't do as much as I thought they could have did. But at the same time, I'm not gonna complain. They handled the situation. They didn't give me a bunch of shit about it, so it is what it is. Like, people make mistakes. That's part of life. You live and you learn. We have Abbott, Lawler, Carter, Wicks, Tovar, Soto. We're going to have Robert Jr., Arozarena, Hoskins, Nolan Ryan, Jordan Adams on the purple. Lava. Filth Bomb box. It's Fanatics. It's not Panini. We have Meadows, Strider, Gibson, Langford on the refractor, Thomas, Bichette, Ellie De La Cruz. The case that keeps on giving, man. Jackson Holiday on the Planetary Pursuit. The Sun. I don't even like the... Both Backyard Breaks and Filth Bomb, no matter what you think about them as breakers, marketing-wise, by far the two best marketing organizations in the entire hobby, period. Like, their customer acquisition is phenomenal. We have Williams, CES, Dennis Eckersley, Bregman, Riley, Turner, Stella Nova for the Cubbies. That's the PCA on the die cut. At least this die cut's like squared up. Going to Billy. Have Harper, Devers, Hendricks. We're going to have Juan Soto on the ET, Soler, Cole, Pereira, Devers, Freed, Westberg, Jaloff. We have Otani on Stars in the Night, and George Springer. We have Marco Luciano. We have Rafael Devers, Matos, Myers, Priester, Swanson, Juan Marichal, India, Caminero, Wynn. We're going to have Bryant, Chisholm Jr., Volpe. We have the Byron Buxton ET, Luzardo, 11 out of 199 on the Aqua Shimmer. I think Jesus Luzardo is pretty good, but I have no clue why he's still in product. It's like, I have no clue why they keep putting Brian Hayes in product. I have Abrams, Nola, Alvarez. We have Jim Thome, Yelich. Got Curtis Mead, Betts, Justin Steele on the Star Command. Autograph going to the Cubs, and that's going to go to Billy as well. I think they just needed somebody to replace Jazz Chisholm, to be honest. We have Alcantara, Green. We got Ellie, Evan Carter, Realmuto, Rutschman, Wheeler, Bregman, Beck, Adams. We have Luis Castillo. Ourselves a Wyatt Langford, 9 out of 10. I told Billy I was going to pull a big Wyatt Langford. I was joking with him because he was like, man, the Rangers stink of this product. I told Billy, I said, by the time they're done with the box, I didn't pull as much as I thought I would, but I said by the end of the box, they're going to call me Langford Langfelder. I was going to say. Fucking with him. We have Jackson Holiday, Steele, Buxton, Derek Jeter, and Darvish. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty damn good case. Whether it makes people want to fill the second case or not, I'll be 100% candid with you. This is an exceptional case. This is going to be probably the highest case you're going to see broken if you're not watching a shit ton of cases. So I just want to be candid about that. That this is not going to be the typical case of cards. This is going to be like if you had a scale of 1 to 10, this is going to be 100% a 10. Adam, don't say that, buddy. I'll get you with a Jace Jung. I'll send you a little graded Jace Jung first Bowman in the box. I'll make sure I write it down. But I just want to keep it. I just want to be honest about everybody, so nobody's like getting in there and be like, "Well, this other case was crazy." Like, it is a crazy case, and I'm an honest person about that. Like, and that's all. So this is all the Nucleus Refractors and Stars in the Night. I'm not going to go through them because it's like 30 cards. There's some good hits in there. There's an Ellie in there. I think there's, I don't know if there's Skeens or not. There's some decent rookies. Let's get into the actual numbered cards. Oh, the case on this case. But overall, I will say if you take out these, this is a good case because of the names, but this is relatively what you're going to get in a case. 4 autographs, like I said, roughly 4 autographs, 1 for 3 cases. You're going to get some orange. You're going to get some planetary pursuits. You're going to get some guys that's like, we'll use Bieber. Like, no one's, if you're a Guardians fan, you know Shane Bieber's a stud, but no one's out here. You're not getting a bunch of PC guys of huge Biebers, if that makes sense. We have Jesus Luzardo on the Aqua Shimmer. We have Adams on the purple. Freeman on the purple. We have Turner on the Aqua Shimmer, the purple. Lewis, the white Bichette. Perez on the green speckle. Olsen on the green speckle. Rafaela on the purple. Cruz on the purple. Scott on the white. Abrams on the Aqua Shimmer. Corbin Carroll into the Cosmos on the green. India. Rutschman on the purple. We're going to have Turner on the blue. McLean on the Aqua Shimmer. Galactic Greatness green speckle. A-Rod, we have Yelich on the Aqua Shimmer. Strider on the white. Garcia on the purple. Kirby on the green speckle. And Buxton on the Aqua Shimmer. We'll get into the 10s that we already did go over. These are all going to be, I believe they're red. I cannot remember what the circle dots are. I think they're red donuts, but I don't think they're called donuts. I think that's a Panini term and not a Fanatics term. We have Leiter, Palencia, Volpe. We have Lofton, Furman, and these are all going to be out of 10. Arozarena, Soto, Abrams for the Nationals, White for the Rangers, Ohtani for the Dodgers, Buxton for the Twins, Hoskins for the Brewers, Manzardo for the Guardians, Luciano for the Giants, Beck for the Rockies, Olsen, Bogarts for the Padres, Alonso for the Mets, Alvarez for the Astros, and Rojas for the Phillies. I mean, they're about to fold up shop tomorrow like normal in the first round of the playoffs, so it is what it is. Try and get all the planets together. We're going to have Star Command, Justin Steele. We have Imanaga on the Orange Ray Wave. We have the Stella Nova PCA. We have Owen White on the Orange Ray Wave. We have Kershaw on the Aqua Shimmer. Yamamoto on the purple. Chisholm Jr. on the Aqua Shimmer. Basebe on the white. Gavin Williams on the blue. Vasquez on the white. Launch into Orbit orange, Ray Wave, Seager. We have Wyatt Langford on the black out of 10. Devers on the orange, Ray Wave into the Cosmos. We have Musgrove on the gold. Scott on the blue, Bieber on the gold. Robert Jr. on the green. We're going to have Kowser on the refractor. We have Gonzalez on the purple. We have the Jackson Churio Planetary Pursuit Mars. Jackson Holiday. Well, all we needed was a Jackson Merrill, but he doesn't have one. We're going to have Jackson Holiday on the Sun. Ellie De La Cruz on the Venus. Otani on the Dodge. I didn't even realize till Casey said something. I was like, we didn't hit all the good planetary guys. We really hit probably the top 4 planetary guys. And then we're going to have Fernando Tatis Jr. on the Supernova. And that's going to be the Padres. That's going to be the break, guys. I appreciate y'all as always. You guys have a good night and be safe. We do have the second case. I have 4 more cases after that we can break. I probably will do 5 case breaks, like 5 of just Cosmic at the most, and then leave 1 for mixers. Because I think this is a product that does pretty good in mixers. But I appreciate y'all as always. You guys have a good night. Be safe. Huge case there. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow for more Cosmic and Sterling. Everyone be safe. I know some of you it's still relatively early, but some of you it's already past 1 o'clock. So have a good night. Be safe. Appreciate y'all as always. Congratulations to the hitters. Those that didn't hit, hopefully have a better night next time.